Praise be to Jesus. Good morning, friends. Today we celebrate the feast of the great prophet Elijah. The readings are 1 Kings chapter 19 verses 1 to 9 and verses 11 to 14. Gospel reading is Luke chapter 9 verses 28 to 36. The South American novelist Paulo Coelho has written a novel based on the life of Elijah. The name of the novel is The Fifth Mountain. In the novel, he presents Elijah as a young man, a carpenter, who wanted to live a peaceful life, get settled and married, and have a small business. This is what he wanted. But God would not allow him. The Spirit of the Lord came upon him and he started prophesying. It was the will of God. And it was a very challenging thing, challenging life. He knew that. At the end, when we come to the conclusion of the novel, we see that his life was a challenge and he took up the challenge boldly. He was living in a time when there was political, religious upheaval. King Ahab was attracted to a Phoenician woman, Jezebel, and he married her. She brought in the foreign gods, and Ahab had to worship Baal. God was not pleased with him. God punished them. A drought was sent. For 3 years there was no rain, and the people suffered. It was Elijah who was chosen to give the message of the drought. He went and prophesied about the 3 years to come where there would not be any rain. And the king and the soldiers were after him to kill him. He ran away. While running, he halted because God wanted him at the brook of Cherith, where the ravens brought bread for Elijah. Then again he continued his journey and he reached the widow of Zarephath. Elijah lived in the house of the widow for 3 years. Then the message of the Lord came. He had to go again to the king and prophesy, tell him that it is going to rain. He went. He had to face the priests of Baal. And on the Mount Carmel, there was a showdown. God proved that he is faithful. And Elijah prayed and it rained. It rained heavily. He ran away from the place. Jezebel and her men were after him to kill him because he caused the death of the priests of Baal. And Elijah ran away. He came to Mount Horeb and hid himself in a cave where God came to him and asked, Elijah, what are you doing? He answered, I am burning with zeal for God, Lord Almighty. Methan dhanes la Mariala Hailsana. And Elijah is the symbol of burning with love for God, the great prophet whose disciple is Elisha, and the guild of prophets. The tradition of Elijah is continuing. On this feast day of St. Elijah, Lord, give us the grace that we may have faith and trust in God like Elijah, and we may burn with zeal for the love of God. Amen.